Well, it's happened. I've officially turned into Big Fred. When I was a kid, this was a often occurrence. Feed in the car. It's been a no-no forever, but it's just the way it shook out today. The feed company comes tomorrow, and as we generally do, I've been watching all the horses. A few horses that I thought were maybe a little light. They weren't skinny, they weren't getting smaller, but it's very difficult to put weight on as you're starting to really push harder, and that's coming soon. So I want to be a little proactive. Lauren orders all the feed, and I got a call this morning say, hey, Anthony, we're short feed. Now, my first instinct was anger because we have cameras all over the barn. As you can imagine, in any industry, in any walk of life, there's going to be people that, blur the lines of ownership sometimes. And that was my first thought, is somebody stealing feed. And I said, well, Lauren and Jason get alerts all the time when there's someone in the barn. And there's cameras outside the feed rooms and the tack rooms. So we know if people are in our barn when they haven't been, when they're not supposed to be. And there's signs posted also. So I found it incredibly hard to believe that some sort of a stealth ninja has snuck into the barn, stolen the feed, and stolen some feed and snuck out, which wasn't the case. It was just the fact that we were feeding a number of horses a little bit more. We had a number of horses come in from Ontario, some horses come back from Tim. So I think it was just a culmination of a number of things that led to us being a little short of feed today. Now, we're always, we didn't buy harness last year at the sales or leading into 2025. We'll take stock of that and maybe buy them later on as the season approaches. But we're always left going over buying pieces for a bridle or a bit or something that we may or may not have. And with all the horses, with the barn full right now, I get a call last week sometime. We've been switching horses around. And someone will say, hey, you put horse X over on my side, but it didn't come with a harness. Talk to the person, yes, we've been sharing a harness. I said, well, I'd rather we don't do that. We shouldn't be sharing harnesses. So I need to know how much we need. Lo and behold, Lauren opens up a room, and there's 8 or 9 sets of harness there, but they're pieces, right? They're missing lines. The lines may have broken. The Buxton broke. They need a new belly band, just things of that nature. So I had Jason and Lauren go through, take stock of what we had, what we needed, went and purchased that. If you look in the far corner up there of our mobile tack shop today, you'll see pieces of harness that are there also. So we're just putting everything together as we start getting our horses ready to the point where we've always had equipment cards, but I want each horse to have their own harness. Now, when the babies start out, you can use the older harnesses that we've had from 4 or 5 years ago. It's not really the end of the world. They're still good harnesses, but they're not race harnesses. And as we start getting closer to race season, I want to have their own harnesses set up for them. Each horse with a race harness that they can set up. If you want to use 2 or 3 jogging harnesses throughout the day on your horses so that you keep your race harnesses clean and very professional looking, then so be it. But I want to get those harnesses up and going. So it was a bit of an endeavor. I got all the way over to the tack shop, all the way over to Big D's, and the feed store called and said, listen, our driver is out on the other side of Cleveland, and he doesn't think he can get back. Can't get you that feed till 2 o'clock. Well, 2 o'clock's unacceptable, and it's not their fault. I didn't let them know. I wasn't informed until 10. I didn't call them until quarter to 11, maybe 10:30, somewhere around there. So it's not like they were well informed. So rather than wait till 2 o'clock for the horses to eat lunch, I was going to Big D's anyway before I went to Ontario. Dominic needs 2 sets of pacing hobbles. I picked them up. So I reconvened our dialogue, Jason and I and Lauren, about what we needed to make those harnesses functioning. And that gear is in the back too. As you can imagine, buying a car full of harness and horse feed is not cheap. It wasn't my favorite thing to do today, but eventually it was going to need to be done anyway. So here we are. So no racing yesterday. It was all canceled. You guys know what's going on tonight. We have Trosa, Daniel's horse from Post 10 tonight. We have Drebin in again on a week's notice, which is good. And we have Spitfire Overseas, making his first start in a very long time in Ontario. Eager to go race him now. I had a number of people message me, say, Anthony, we saw the ride in the other day with your car was fishtailing a little bit, and now you're going to go to Ontario in the freezing cold. Is it really worth it? Well, Spitfire Overseas is not an easy horse to get a handle on. Once you know him, you know him. But he's not an easy horse to drive. He's right up in the muscle, and you think he can leave out, but he can't. So you're left trying to get him spotted best you can. First over, he'll attack hard, clear to the lead, but fizzle out. So you just have to know the horse. And I just don't want for somebody to jump up and go around with him tonight, right? It's not a go-around race. I didn't send him over there to be trained. We can do that here. They can do that in Pennsylvania. We can do it in Southern Ohio. He didn't go to Ontario to be trained. So I'm going to go drive him tonight to the best I can. And my hope was, truthfully, that the Open wouldn't fill. He fit the class below this. That the Open wouldn't fill. The Amigo horse wouldn't get in. We wouldn't have to race against him, and James would be able to drive him. Instead, the opposite happened. The Open did fill. The backup class did not. We were forced into the Open. Not shocking. It's a theme we're very accustomed to. And James couldn't drive him. So it's not that I don't trust any of the other drivers. I do. I think for the most part we've had a good run with a number of drivers that have done a great job for us. But with this particular horse, he's a horse that will baffle you a little bit, right? You think that there's gate speed there, and there's not. You think that he's very versatile. You can move him in a number of ways. First over, he'll attack hard, but he'll fizzle himself out. He's done that since he was a baby. So what I'd like to do is get away as close as I could, stay in, and use him in the stretch, but get him off the gate as well as we can. I'd rather not get away 6th, 7th with him. I'd rather get away 3rd or 4th, but I don't know if that's possible. And I think that right there lies the key to the race. I don't think he's going to come from 7th and beat Amigo Volo, but I might be able to come from 3rd or 4th to beat him. So not knowing the horse just added a huge wrinkle to the race tonight. Listen, if you drew the outside and it was going to be, you're going to play the hand you're dealt type situation, then by all means, I would have no problem with a number of drivers in that driver's room driving the horse tonight. And it's not that I'm going to do a better job overall, but I might do a better job with this horse just because I know him a little bit better. Now, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll have egg on my face when I leave Ontario tonight. I have no idea. But I just felt that it was worth the drive over. Race 2 helps. I'm going to leave here as soon as I get to the barn and unload this unbelievable amount of feed and harness at the barn. I'm going to head to Ontario, so I'm going to be there plenty early. I'm going to go both trips with Spitfire tonight and get a real good feel for how he feels tonight. And on my way home, same as you, I'm going to watch Drebin race and I'm going to watch Trosa race. So that's what's going on today. It's viciously cold. I only wanted to go with a couple of horses, and they were both ready on the cross ties when I got there. So I just had other people go with them, and I watched them go. I was happy with the way they looked and the way they behaved. So everything is good. All is well in the world today here at the stable. I got a lot accomplished, although none of it on the track today. I got a lot accomplished and ready to set sail over to Ontario right now. I got my passport. Check. I have Dominic's hobbles. Check. I have the green liniment jelly that somebody asked me for in the barn. Check. And I'm going to be over there around 5 o'clock. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It's going to be a cold one. It's going to be a cold week. It's going to start the break on Friday or Saturday. We're likely not, just because I don't always trust the weather here in Cleveland, I think we'll have Jason enter the horses in to qualify, but I don't think you're going to see anybody actually qualify this week. If the weather is as cold as they say it is going to be, then we're more than likely just going to pump the brakes, train them up really good in the race bike on Saturday, and qualify them next Thursday morning at Northfield Park. That's the plan for this week. It may alter, it may change, I don't know. But as of noon, 12:02 on Monday, the 17th. That's the plan moving forward. So I'll let you go. Good luck to all my partners tonight. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. It's sunny. It's a chilly one, but it's sunny. Hope it's sunny wherever you are, and I hope it's a little bit warmer. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.